So yesterday I uploaded this poll on the YouTube's community tab asking you guys who do you think could die at the end of season 4, and most of you actually voted for A-Train to be the one who will die at the end of season 4. But here's the interesting thing. I actually uploaded that poll to just get a perspective of you guys who do you think could die at the end of season 4, but that doesn't have anything to do with the outcome of this video, and I just posted that to just get your perspective on it because these are the 3-4 names which are very likely to die at the end of season 4, and the reason is pretty simple because the actions that those characters are taking in season 3 so far are really kind of on track to get off at the end of season 4. But as I said, that poll doesn't have anything to do with the outcome of this video, but there's a very curious case here, and there's the curious case of A-Train. Because yeah, most of you guys voted for A-Train, and I know there are only 21 votes, it's not a huge sample size, but hey, 21 of you voted and I'm grateful to all 21 of you. But coming back to the topic, though you guys have said that A-Train could die, but here's my thing. I don't think A-Train is in that position to die at the end of season 4. He is not in that position whatsoever. But why? I'll obviously talk about that in this video. The second curious case was of Frenchie. Only 10% of you said that Frenchie could die, but I think Frenchie is the most likely to die at the end of season 4. We'll obviously talk about that as well. But firstly, let's talk about the curious case of A-Train. Firstly, he is on that much awaited, much needed character arc transformation. That transformation character arc, I think from season 2, he has been teasing into that territory of getting on the good side of the boys' side, and he's always been teasing on that side, but hasn't quite transferred into a good guy. And this season has to be that season, 4th season has to be that season. And we all know whenever there's this big transformation of a character from a bad side to a good redemption arc, that's the most likely and that's the most textbook point where that character could sacrifice himself for the greater good. And here as well there is a huge chance that he could sacrifice himself. And just picture this, A-Train actually sacrificing his life for Starlight, and obviously it will be a great redemption arc from Yui's perspective as well, because we all know A-Train accidentally killed Robin, who was Yui's girlfriend, and now Starlight is Yui's girlfriend. So that will be a great redemption arc for him, that he's sacrificing himself to save Starlight, and eventually it will be a great redemption point of view to Yui as well. So that's a great way to send off his character. And the second reason that he could die is he can get caught helping the boys, because we all know in the first episode A-Train helped Yui and Starlight. Then in the second or third episode again, A-Train was helping MM as well. And we all know Sister Sage is supposed to be the smartest the smartest person on the planet. So it's not quite difficult for her to identify that A-Train could be the one who is helping the boys, and eventually Homelander will kill him. But here's the thing, killing a soup directly is a big deal. They can definitely kill humans, but it's quite a stretch to kill a soup. But yeah, of course you can argue that in the previous season as well we saw Homelander killing Black Nova, but there's a very different case of Black Nova, because Black Nova, they hired a different actor in this season. So Black Nova's case was different, but again you can't kill directly a soup. But now hear this out. What if Homelander and Sister Sage again, she's the smartest person on the planet, so she will use her smartness and kind of make A-Train a double agent for them. Yeah, that sounds good, isn't it? And that will be a quite interesting plot point as well, and it will give another depth to A-Train's character, and A-Train will definitely kind of sacrifice himself in the 5th season, probably. Now that doesn't mean that he can't sacrifice himself in the 4th season, but yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that killing A-Train could be a big deal, but using A-Train could be a profitable deal to Sister Sage and Homelander. Now let's talk about Frenchie. Only 10% of you said that Frenchie is going to die, and I think Frenchie is the most likely one to die. Firstly, he's not a soup. Secondly, he is on that textbook path of self-destruction. Firstly, he is sleeping with the guy who he orphaned. That's the first reason, and he's totally struggling with that guilt, and he is kind of distancing himself from Kimiko as well. He's diving deep into all the drugs and all. He's not present quite. So I think that downward trajectory could go on, and maybe he could die at the end, because simply because the actions he's been taking this season are really indicating for the demise of Frenchie. I do feel he could die. I really don't want him to die because he's a cool character, but killing him will be a very bold move and will set the boys on that concrete path of diminishing the soups at the end, because that will be a great entry point to season 5 where all of our boys could fight as a unit. So that could be a point, But again, share your thoughts in the comments on that. I would love to have a conversation. Now let's talk about Firecracker. 24% of you thought that Firecracker could die, and I know she was quite a character in season, all the 3 episodes. And yeah, she's that hateable character. She's not quite likable character. She's a hateable character, though she has reasons, but those are very naive reasons. Those are not very grand reasons that you have to go full on against Starlighters. Yeah, I get it. I could presume most of you, 24% of people hate her, but the single most reason she was on my list was because of this single scene. The scene in which she was, really getting close to Homelander and insinuating the fact that she could do anything for Homelander. I can do anything, I can do anything, I can do anything. I mean, that's the reason I really think that she could sacrifice herself. Homelander could just kill her, could just make her, a scapegoat or anything. But yeah, she's kind of those characters which we could only see for one of season. So I think because of that single scene, I think Firecracker who could at the end of season 4. Now the final guy is Ran. Only 5% of you voted for Ran, and it's quite reasonable because Ran is one of those focal point between the the tension between Homelander and Butcher. So killing Ran could be a very weird move. But hold on, let's look at both of the perspective. First, let's talk about the Butcher's perspective. Butcher really wants to save Ran because of his promise to Becca. That's the only reason he wants to protect him. But here's the angle of CIA as well. CIA wants to do two things. They either want to control Ran or they either want to Ran. Because if Ran is not controlled, there is a great chance that he could be the next Homelander. But here's the thing, Butcher don't think so. Butcher thinks that there is still a lot of Rebecca. There's still a lot of Becca in him, and therefore there is still of a human kind of a side to him, and therefore he could turn, he could flip, and he could be a weapon against Homelander. That could be the thinking of Butcher as well. So here, if CIA gets the grasp of Ran, CIA could, unalive him. But now let's talk about the Homelander perspective, which is the most likely one that, could result to the end of Ran. Homelander is jealous of Ran. I mean, yeah, that's just out there. Homelander is very, very jealous of Ran, and he's not that kind of a father figure. I mean, he doesn't see himself as a father anyways, because he just feels like he has blood, he has a son and all, but he just wants attention. I mean, it's quite obvious. Homelander wants attention, and Ran is actually stealing that attention. So yeah, it's a very wild thought, but Homelander could, kill Ran as well. Anything can happen, man. It's the voice. But yeah, that was all my theories on the 4 people that I think. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there has been a power cut, and thankfully I was just about to end the video. So yeah, that's it for this video. Please comment below and share your thoughts, and you can check out this video as well, which were my thoughts on the first 3 episodes of Boys Season 4. And as always, thank you so much for watching.